Okay, I'm Tshegofatso Letshwiti. Some people call me Tshego, and I'm from Randfontein, and I work for Metropolitan. And currently, I'm actually pushing my own stuff on the side. Now I'm a background actress, como Vango. And then I'm also pushing my own side hustle, Boss Baby Cosmetics. I'm selling perfumes, I'm selling facial masks, and I'm also selling yogurt and cheese as well. What anchors me in life? Oof. I think I'd say myself in a way, because we turn to look at other people so much. We don't look at what you yourself want. So now one person I just kneel down and talk to God and ask for directions, and I follow what I want. If I wanna, like now, acting as a background actress, I always wanted to be in the media world. So I just kneel down and one day mudim utlampulela ditila. So I push my stuff on myself. I don't look at other people for successfully. And yes, you do look at that for some motivation, but otherwise, I'm a loner. Yeah, I'm a loner. I think life began grade 8, because I was fortunate. I would call it fortunate and being placed kaya to a boarding school, Cornerstone. And me being in boarding school in Rutile a lot, because there you are alone. There's no parents, there's no family. You are with total strangers. You need to learn to love, and you need to learn that differences. And that's where it all began, because I was one child problem, but undercover, and I felt like a hostel head girl, a leader. I actually became a leader from grade 9. I was a hostel leader from then, and afterwards, that's when for me varsity was kind of like nothing, because I still took my the way I pushed myself, how to be Tshego from high school. I took that same Tshego into my varsity life. So my varsity life, yes, nearly me groove or all that, but I still remembered where I came from, which is from Cornerstone. So I wouldn't really say my parents had nothing to do with my growth and my good life and my bad life. No. They had everything to do with it. It's just that more exciting. It was high school yaka. I'm still, even today, I still walk high school. No, you know what? You need to pray. That's where they actually taught us, before you sleep, you need to pray. Before you start classes, you need to pray. I used to attend the devotions. We used to sing a lot before that. And at some point, in my down times, I would cry. I would sit and cry. Same applies when I finished my grade 12. I didn't know what to study. I didn't know what's out there for me. But because I asked him before I even went there, he actually just opened up the doors for me and took me to a school. I was able to get there and just ask, what can I study? And they just sat me down. But okay, when I don't want to just fill in this paper. And then they asked you to write down what kind of a person you are. I'm like, I'm loud. They're like, no, jump into journalism. That's where you need to be. Then that's where I went, and my life continued from then. And obviously, growing up is always up and down, and faced some challenges in life. But school-wise, work-wise, things have been smooth, I would say, from my side. So I was born in 1992. I was born in Brits. It's in Northwest. And in 1995, my parents got married. So that's when we moved to Randfontein. It's in the West Rand, Joburg. Brits like ke ko mahaeng, so I loved actually going there. Even after we moved, so we used to actually, you know, when you grow up, you're still young, you want to see yourself playing around kids, and ne re lebala re fitile mo eneng gore ne re pusha ne re gella metsi ko pompong e ya bicycle, re pusha dikupu tse 6, re compete ebile ne ke na le my cousin mosimane, ne rata o compete gore ke mang ka pushang dikupu tse 4 tse 5, and ke phetse life eo re pusha metsi ra isa ko ntlong because ne re sena metsi ko dijarateng, so re ema di-queues just for water. And as well, ke hotse ke le ngwana e leng gore ne ke rata dijo. Even now I ka change, I love food so much mo e leng gore in some case I wouldn't understand why I ke batla another slice of bread or they too ke timiwa. It was ne ke sa timiwe per se, nna ne ke le monyane ke potso re ka timiwa. It was actually because of re ba bantši, and then lofo tse pedi tse leng teng tshwantse di re last day for all of us go jarateng. But I would go like ko morago ko ntlong ke like re itse keng why ba ntima boroto, ke batla boroto ke tshwere ke tlala. You know, when you're still young, you're very arrogant, and you know go ra ona that thing ya gore o nagane le batho ba bang, you just always negative, or you know what, a ke na taba. But ka God's grace I was able to learn from that gore also sharing is caring, and always learn gore just a few words from it. In life, you just need to be patient. You cannot always get what you want. Yes, you are going to kneel down and pray to God and ask for that Benz that you want, that red one, C63 batlang. But after 5 years, I offer a Porsche. But remember your prayer, nele ka Benz. So you didn't get it because sometimes God tests you by your patience. So if you don't have patience, why extend up there? Or thinking, oh, he's ready. Let me just extend a bit. And he doesn't just do that. Somehow, somewhere there's a tip. Like patience, you're gonna like he would bring people that you don't even know. What is patience? So that's something that I like about growing up with the rurals. I've learned a lot from it. I do not want to lie. It makes me a bit emotional because Hakefeta my matric, as I said in the previous answer, I didn't know what to study. And yes, my parents did have money for me to study, but nekerata more private colleges, nexarata universities and public colleges. So that's when I went to Lawn Mill. It's actually a bursary where I was born. Lawn Mill. I went there. I submitted my matric results, and I did submit what I want to study at Varsity College, a diploma in journalism. And just I think a few days down the road, they replied, I was accepted. Then I went to study. As excited as I was, I knew I can't fail. It's a bursary. So I studied it was a 2-year diploma and graduated. I think I got out of 14 modules, I got 11. Yeah, I think I got 11 or 10 distinctions. And when I was done with my diploma in journalism, I still wanted more. I felt I'm not ready for the work industry, the work environment. I'm like, I need more. I want to study. And because I studied a module in journalism called sub-editing, it was more of designing magazines, newspapers, and so forth. And I fell in love with computer. I'm like, I really need to know more about this whole computer thing. So I walked up the road, just front opposite Main Lane. They told me there's an IT school there. Then it's called C2U Training Solutions. I went there. I'm like, guys, I do not have any experience from high school with computers. I know nothing about computers, but I'm interested because I studied this certain module, so forth and so on. And then they said, okay, if you want to start with an IT industry, you just need to study IT technical support. I'm like, what is that? But anyways, I'm coming. Then I had to go back to my bursary. Remember, now I graduated, they got my results, and usually with bursaries, they only give you one chance to study. And I prayed for it. I even told my dad, my mom, I'm like, Mom, Dad, please help me, pray with me. I really want to go back to school. I need more. And we kneeled down as a family, we prayed, and I went back there, and they asked me why I want to go back to school. I explained on how I actually fell in love with IT while I was there. And I even said, I remember telling the lady there that, you know, some people get the opportunity to go study with a bursary. But when I looked at the only 2 years that I studied with them, a lot of people dropped out. A lot of people gave up because of they were starting to fail. And now people are scared to go back to the bursary and say, you know what, I did a mistake, so forth and so on. So can I please get a chance to study? So because of they were scared, I'm like, let me grab this opportunity. Let me go back to school. So when I told the lady the very same words, she's like, okay, let's see what we can do. A few days down the line, they approved. I did my IT technical support. I actually studied it in a year. So my qualifications are actually international qualifications. It's A+, N+, and some Microsoft certificates. Then I was done after a year, November. Then graduated again for my second belt. Then I still hadn't had enough. I wanted more. The reason why I wanted more, it's because IT technical support was more of, it was technical, like opening a computer, opening the keyboards, and for me, that wasn't it. So I usually went to while I was doing my IT technical support, I used to attend some classes like after my classes and see what's happening in the other classes. So that's when I saw a class, it's Cisco. This is where your network engineers attended the class. And I was like, that's me now. Sitting in there, I see myself. So I need to go in there. Then I sat, I think it was 3 weeks. I was always going to the lecturer that side, asking, what is this all about? Explain to me. Is it going to be hard for me? Is it going to be easy? What will I be dealing with? And then he told me, no. He's a white guy. I still remember his name, Andre. He's like, no, Tshegofatso, come. You're gonna enjoy. I'm like, really? And then I was like, okay, let me go back to my bursary and ask again. I need to study for my third qualification. And I went. Even this time they didn't even give me any issues. Then I studied. So as I was approaching my exam time, the sad news, then my bursary didn't pay. Now my principal, they came now trying to tell me, even they were actually pushing me to go back to the bursary because they didn't want to take me out of class because they saw how I wanted to always just learn more and more. So they pushed me, go back to those people, tell them to pay. Otherwise, we're going to kick you out of class and we do not want that. It's almost exam season. You need to write your international exams and you can't write without your school fees being paid up. I'm like, what's the plan? I went back to my dad. I cried a lot. Dad, they can't take me out of class. No, I need to study. I need to write my exams. I want to graduate with others. I've studied. I'm ready for exams. I want to pass. I want distinctions. Then my dad had to make a plan. And as always, daddy. He made a plan and paid for my fees. I think he had to pay like 60,000. And then he paid. After he paid, I even jumped. I was so excited that I'm finally writing my exams and I graduated for my third belt with everyone. Hey, we rejoiced, we had fun. But yet again, through all of that, I never forgot to kneel down and thank the Lord. Because it's God, you know. The prayers that we made, even that teardrop that I shed as well, it counted, you know. So everything just turned around and I was able to finish school because some people, they don't get that opportunity to go to school and do what they love and repeat graduating so many times with one bursary, because we used to bursaries just letting you study one course. So yeah, that's what happened. I think a lesson that I learned was to never leave a job without having a plan B, you know. I was working for some company and I left the job just like that because I was angry. I got upset because of management. So that's where the lesson was never ever in your life let someone upset you to a point that you actually just grab your whole life down. I need to stay and push and show them I am Tshego no matter what. You cannot let down Tshego. So I think it's one mistake that I've done. You know what? I'll get something. Even if I did, but that thing till today I still ask for forgiveness for what I did, because imagine when I have to motivate someone, which is it's not even true, you know. So I've learned from that. I couldn't know I can miracle or haki pereka or anything, even church. Be negative. They're not gonna always cherish what you do. No matter how hard worker or young, they never actually positive about anything that you do. So that's what I learned from the whole situation that I had with that specific company. My advice would be, firstly, if you understand who you are and what you want, that's actually the first step you need to take. Because now I only got aware of that. When I was in varsity college, said those questions because of babatla leader to the study field or as they said. So I think understanding who you are, and I would say at some point as well what you're worth, you know, because some people would say no. Like osa not too negative kawena. Don't bring sort of, it's like bad luck. That's why ufeleleta house no obereka company ufeleta on number one positions for more than 5-10 years because you don't open your mind abroad. So start knowing who you are. Start knowing okay, interest in. If I love just holding a flower and smelling it. Because you can study anything that has to do with planting flowers, and then you never know, opening your own business one day, yadi flowers or so forth. So you just need to abroad also your mind. Koro osa focal point how isabafela more a smaller space how open it wider, open it, as well, plan a future within that. Okay, I want this, and let me also go there, So that's what I used to tell most I would say matriculants last year. They used to They used to come to me for motivation. Yo rafetsa, yo aritse or hwera halang ka rona, yo ra kopa a utshego so. No, relax. As long as why to study shit over the like it, you're gonna write that exam. And obviously now I used to tell them a lot. I can get a bit there, but now I used to tell them how to pray before you even write that exam. Pray even now before you even enter that exam room, and then more, that's where actually God even gives you sometimes even in your dreams or when a man doctor, and you didn't study anything at that more specific high school towards that, like me. Now high school was all subjects, economics, business studies, maths, literacy. Now I was just going to school because I had to go to school and I needed to pass. Mara, if you look at who I am today, and now it has nothing to do with maths literacy. It has nothing to do with business economics. But as you grow older, for example, business studies, every studies go high school. I want to study business. But SWOT analysis, how say it? Because go high school knows how to SWOT analysis. So you need to be one person along you're gonna be different from everyone. Yes, we're gonna drink, we're gonna smoke, we're gonna do this and that, which is actually sometimes negative towards your life. But always out of that group. Tell yourself, I am Tshego, and even if I fall, and I'm still gonna walk up straight, Linda, my life, some people will see me driving my car, but it's not even the case. I always just stand up in the morning, I pray, I bath, I ask God for directions. Like say I would always ask him for directions. You know what? Every time I like something, that's where we actually pushing God away. Because sometimes dangerous when because of around the other way instead of way straight and one to your destination Johannesburg one right wanna know it's got old Johannesburg road. Don't do that. So talk positivity upon your life. Be positive about every single thing that you do, whether you are in school, whether you're not working, whether you are working. And don't let anyone, not even your parents, not even your siblings, never ever in your life. So yeah, that's my word out there to the youngsters and some old people. Actually, they need to hear such words. I remember I think it was my second last video. It's like I posted on my WhatsApp statuses. A lot of people got touched by what I said. We have so many young people by Longkhore because of the modern world now. They fail to see how beautiful they are. And when I say a person is beautiful, I'm not saying Monte. Yes, Monte, you're beautiful. God, we really came with you. But I'm always saying your inner beauty, no matter who said what, in how hola or how you grew up, how painful it was, you are still beautiful. You are still beautiful. And Mudimo akaso lately because of when now nabatadi or na lebatadi or in Mudimo or ratababut. Akaso lately little. Live on a street kitties. Why honor these street kitties in Telong or Mudimu akona who wants a whore live on a kibana back. Aromelamuto out of the blue. I'm going to say, I don't have to high. I'm going to cut them saluning and all that. And then tomorrow, Udlo Horawa Banyala Nabatum. Marawena yesterday Mufitile illustrate kid or Elo Hobo Motiling. So let's try and be more positive about our life. And in whatever situation we face, it's I get negative. It's we're positive. Like what Lala Madaisi Bianca on. Mara it's we're positive. Believe you me, you're gonna thank me one day. One day you will. Thanks.